Sup everyone, it's me, Tech2 here, and in today's video, and yep, I am back at it again with this stupid tier list. So, we're gonna be ranking, this time, the Brawl characters that first appeared in the third installment of the Smash Bros. Series, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, based on their Final Smashes. And I kinda ran out of ideas, so I wanted to make any sort of video, and I was looking through my videos, and I was thinking of ideas, and I was like, you know what, forget it, I'm making another tier list, so I'm back at it again with this tier list. And if you guys want to know how this tier list works, now, and before, I did make the 64 and Melee tier list based on Final Smashes. Now we're gonna go for Brawl, and if you guys do not know how these tier lists works, I'm pretty much basing and ranking them based on how creative they are, how cool they are, and this is all opinion based, and I might sound biased as well throughout the video, so keep that in mind. And we are also entitled to our own opinions, so if you see me hating on these characters' Final Smashes, then don't hate me, please. So with all that out of the way, let's not waste time, and let's just get straight into it. First off, with Meta Knight. Now, Meta Knight's Final Smash back in Brawl and Smash Wii U and 3DS, it was, now I do not know what it was called, and I also want to let you guys know that I do not remember any of the Final Smash's names, not even the old ones, so forgive me if I forget some of the names. But anyways, Meta Knight's Final Smash, whoever gets caught, because whenever he activates it, he swipes his cape, and whoever gets caught inside his cape, the screen goes dark, and then he does a really giant slash to the opponent, sending him off the stage. In Ultimate, he goes an extra pair of wings, yeah, nice detail right there, and then after that, he takes them to the sky and slashes you with his sword at least 10, maybe like 8 to 10 times, and then finishes out with one final slash, and then off the stage. Now, I'm actually gonna get this a neutral. I love how they improved for Meta Knights from his old Final Smash, but the thing is that he may be creative. I like how there's a detail with his extra wings. I just don't feel any sort of, like, I don't think I felt cool with Meta Knight's Final Smash. I honestly like his old one. If they brought back the old one, then I would have preferred something more cinematic and such. And this is kind of go to the same for Pit. Now I said kinda, alright? Pit, I'm also gonna give a neutral. Now, Pit has 3 Final Smash changes throughout the Smash Bros. Series that whenever back in Brawl, he summons Palutena and Angels to attack the opponents. In Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, it was the 3 Sacred Treasures, where he summons the 3 Sacred Treasures and then uses it, and you were able to control it also. But in Ultimate, it is known as, we also got the Lightning Chariot, where he calls out the Lightning Chariot, and then after that, there's like a target, and there's like also a timer on the target, and whoever gets hit by the Lightning Chariot gets blasted out right to stage, and it is very powerful as well. It's quick, easy, but very simple as well. So I'm actually gonna give this a neutral because it's a very simple thing, honestly, and I would give it a meh, but I feel like that I know there's gonna be Pit players in the comments like hating on me for this, so yeah. Alright, this is like the 3rd time in a row, but Zero Suit Samus also gets a neutral. Now, Zero Suit also got 3 Final Smash changes. In Brawl, you weren't able to play as Zero Suit at all, but instead, you actually get to play as Samus, but the only way you can play as Zero Suit is that if you use Samus's Phazon laser, then you can play as Zero Suit. But in Zero Suit's Final Smash in Brawl was that she takes back her armor, and now you can play back as Samus. In Smash 4, I do not remember what it was or even can describe it because I don't play Samus that much back then. But in Ultimate, it is pretty simple, is that she goes into her suit, but then gets on her ship, and then after that, she just shoots out a giant laser at the opponent. It is really cool. Now, I'm actually gonna give this a neutral. It is really creative that the fact that she can use Samus's armor, but if she shoots Samus, then I mean I don't know. It's really hard to explain this, since there's 2 Samuses in here, 3 if you want to count Dark Samus, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna have to give Zero Suit Samus a neutral. Wario, though. Wario, I would give him the best ones, but yet he's actually one of the great characters who have a better Final Smash. In Brawl and for Wii 3DS, his Final Smash was Wario Man, where he eats a garlic and then he transforms to Wario Man, and you were able to control it upgraded and enhances his like punches and his attacks. In Ultimate though, he does turn into Wario Man still, but whoever gets caught into Wario Man, because he turns into Wario Man, he dashes towards you and then he beats you up in like a very like Batman slash Superman comic book style, having those comic style effects and all, and then finishes out with a giant fart. That is like one of the most creative things ever, and it's so goofy of Wario Man to do that. And seeing how he finishes out with a giant fart just makes it kind of comedic. So I'm gonna have to give Wario one of the great Final Smashes as well. Now, I know you're gonna be disappointed, but I'm gonna have to give Snake's Final Smash in Meh. In Brawl, he pretty much goes into a helicopter, he like comes down from a ladder, then he shoots people with his, I guess, grenade gun. In Ultimate, though, he kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but I really don't know how to explain it. He summons a Final Smash, then he kind of like goes to specific targets on specific characters, and then missiles and rocket launchers are shown, like, I don't know, like, shoot it out at the opponents depending on who's getting targeted. And, you know, I think I'm actually getting a bit unfair. I don't think he's a meh. I think let me, just for a sec, guys. Alright, I'm back, and this is this is the only tier that is specific for Snake, because I'm not sure how to rate it. Like, I play Snake a lot, but I'm not sure about how I feel about the Final Smash. Would I put him in, like, a neutral or meh? And I kind of felt a bit unfair, so I want to put him in his personal tier, meh-ish, and that's just how I'm gonna rate Snake for now. Alright, now for the best ones, Ike from Fire Emblem, Path of Radiant, Dawn Ray, I don't know, but anyways, Ike, his Final Smash is one of the best ones I've seen for a good amount of reason. One being the fact that he talks during his Final Smash. I mean, there's like a few characters who talks in their Final Smashes, but anyways, his Final Smash is Great Ether. He had that since Smash Bros. Brawl, and what he does is that he swings his sword up, he goes into the air, and then does some slashes towards you, and before finishing it up with a grand slam of a slash with his sword, saying Great Ether, then slams you down the ground, and depending on how high your damage is, you get blasted up right to stage. This is the reason why I like Ike, just because of that Final Smash specifically, and I don't even play Fire Emblem that much, except for Three Houses. Alright, this is going to be interesting, because this time I'm going to be counting all Pokemon from the Pokemon Trainer, Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard, just because they all have the same moves in Final Smash, and that is known as Triple Finish. Now, in like Brawl, when they were still together, their Final Smash was Triple Finish, which Ash or Red, whatever you want to call it, summons all three of his best Pokemon and does their best finishing moves to the opponent. But in Smash 4, Charizard was all by himself, and he turned into Mega Charizard X. In Ultimate, since the Pokemon Trainer are back again, they now did Triple Finish. And honestly, it's not that special. It's just the Pokemon's doing their best final moves, so I'm gonna have to give them a neutral for that one. Diddy Kong's Final Smash is a very interesting one, because back in Smash 4 and Brawl, his Final Smash is that he gets his jetpack and then he shoots peanut guns all over the place and you were able to control it. In Ultimate, he does the same thing. The thing is that he summons his jetpack and he goes all around the stage, and he does one final blow. He it does a close up on Diddy Kong, and then it dashes toward the opponent, whoever is close to Diddy Kong, just depending on who's close to Diddy Kong at all. And I find that really interesting of how they improved that, because I thought they were just going to control it, but seeing of how Ultimate is considered a fast-paced fighting game now, I decided to give Diddy Kong a neutral for that one. So, I'm surprised there hasn't been anyone more than one in the lamest tier yet. Alright, next is Lucas. Now, Lucas is known as PK Star Storm. Now, look, I would put him in neutral, but honestly, Ness is just one of the most best Final Smashes I've seen. And the thing is that Lucas' Final Smash is like PK Star Storm as well. He just summons a giant meteor shower. And, you know, I think I'm being unfair to Ness right now. I mean, Lucas. So I'm putting him in the Mesh tier. So yeah, welcome to the Mesh tier with Snake right there. So I hope you enjoy yourself. I really don't care that much about Ness or Lucas's Final Smash at all, just because they're both the same. Just because they both are the same. Alright, now, it's for Sonic the Hedgehog, his final smash is Super Sonic, where he summons all Chaos Emeralds, and then he just goes around the stage. Well, in Ultimate, though, he goes around the stage, just going left and right. In Brawl and Smash 4, you were able to control Super Sonic, after all, but in Ultimate, it is very fast-paced, it is very fast, but I'm gonna have to give a neutral for this one. There's a lot of characters that are in neutral right now. For King DDD, now he also had 3 Final Smash changes. One of the first Final Smashes back in Brawl was, I guess, the Waddle Dee summons, where he just does that weird dance. In Smash 4, he just like, first of all, he inhales you, then he hits you with a hammer so many times, and it finishes off with his rocket hammer, as they like to call it. I don't personally play Kirby that much. In Ultimate, though, whoever gets hit by King DDD's hammer, he summons you into like a boxing ring. Then after that, he has his mask DDD. Then after that, he swings the hammer around and hits you with a giant blow. And I honestly like that really neat detail of him having that mask. So he is one of the great Final Smashes I have ever seen in my life. Well, Olimar, welcome to the lamest category. So, Olimar's Final Smash is, I guess I would like to call it Departure, where he summons his rocket ship, Little Hope, and then goes around the sky. And whoever gets caught by Little Hope gets stuck in the ground. And if they don't make it out of the ground that time, Little Hope crashes down back, and then whoever gets caught or hit by it gets blasted off the stage. Honestly, that is one of the lamest Final Smashes I have ever seen. And I don't even play that much Olimar, but what I've seen, that's just one of the lamest I've seen in Smash history, in my opinion. Alright, Lucario. We're almost done with this tier list. I just cannot believe I actually noticed that. Lucario, though. Now, back in Brawl, it was known as X-Aura, where he just goes to the sky and then just does a Kamehameha on you. In Smash 4 and Wii U and 3DS, he turns into Mega Lucario, and you were able to control it, enhancing his combat abilities and his smash attacks. In Ultimate, though, it's both of them together, so he turns into Mega Lucario, and then after that, he does that huge Kamehameha. It's not powerful, but that is really amazing, just because that actually give it both of these characters together. You know, now that I think about it, I kind of wish that Charizard turned into Mega Charizard X in Pokemon Trainers Final Smash and Ultimate. That would have been one of the coolest things ever. Alright, as we're almost done with the list, Rob is our next character, and Rob, he also had 3 Final Smash changes as well, so he's the 4th character to have 3 Final Smash changes, and I have no idea how to describe the last 2. Like, in the last game, in Brawl, he just has that weird, like, spiral laser thing out of his eyes. I have no idea how to explain it. In Smash 4, I do not remember, but in Ultimate, he just turns into some weird machine gun, then after that, and then he just shoots out some small lasers before shooting out a giant laser, and then shooting out a very giant laser. I have no idea how to describe it, like I said, because Rob is a very strange character. He also has strange Final Smashes as well. That is very hard to describe. Alright, Toon Link. Toon Link is pretty much the same as Young Link's and Link's old Final Smash, which is just the Triforce Slash. All he does is that he dashes towards you and then slashes you a million times while you're trapped in the Triforce, and it finishes you off with a giant, like, smash attack with his sword. And it's kind of like it's just basically identical to Link and Young Link's Final Smash, and to be honest, they are semi-clones after all, so I'm going to give him a meh-ish just because I just want to give him a neutral. And now that I think about it, my opinion's changed now for these two, so here you go. So I hope you guys aren't mad at me. And finally, the final Brawl character that was ever in Smash Bros. Brawl is my personal favorite Star Fox character, Wolf O'Donnell. Now, it's not basically anything special. It is kind of similar to Fox and Falco's Final Smash, where he summons Wolfen, his like main ship, and then after that he just shoots out the opponent, shows us like a little cinematic, and then finishes off. But if any of the Star Fox characters, either Fox or Falco, he does say this: "I got you now, Star Fox," and you know it's him saying that. I'm gonna have to boost him up a bit next to his rival Fox. You know what? Yeah, next to his rival Fox, just to be fair. I really, just because Wolf is my personal favorite, and I told you I was gonna be biased at this point. So that's the entire list. This is the entire Brawl list, and my goodness, Smash 4 and 3DS consists of, like, more characters than I expected, and you're gonna have to wait for Ultimate a bit. So, Let me know what you guys think of this video, and I know I'm running out of ideas. I have no idea what to make for like the rest of the year, so I decided to make this mini-series for now. So with all that out of the way, let me know what you guys think of this tier list. Who do you think is your favorite Brawl, like your favorite Fun to Smash from Brawl? Me personally, it's like Wolf, Lucario, and I think by that tier list you can tell who it is. So with all that out of the way, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. I'll see you guys next time. Remember this: once a legend, always a legend.